डॉक्टर रंगनाथन, आपका नाम भी ले लिया गया एक बार, निखिल जैन ने बोल भी दिया आपके बिहाफ में, तो वहां से शुरू कीजिए सर।
No, good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, I'm just appalled at the antics of the opposition and the Congress and all those who've made it their business, honestly, to oppose everything and anything that Modi does. There is no other way of saying this. But that hatred for Modi has now truly transmogrified into hatred for India. These people are now down to criticizing playful or provocative tweets of the Prime Minister. This is nitpicking in the extreme and only displays, Pranesh, a woeful grasp of things and the larger picture. And what is the larger picture? Modi is asking Indians to treat any theatre that involves India and Pakistan, be it the theatre of military conflict or of sports, as a battlefield. That tweet symbolizes Shatru Bodh. That tweet is telling us that Operation Sindoor has to be a state of mind as far as our dealing with Pakistan is concerned. And this way of thinking is crucial when dealing with terrorists. You may disagree with this perspective, but any rational, logical person who knows that Pakistan is a terror state would agree with this way of thinking. How can you teach Osama bin Laden a lesson and at the same time invite him to a tea or a shake a hand? And remember, Pakistan is less a nation than a mindset itself, a mindset that has percolated down to its every citizen, including cricketers, who are racist, bigoted, supremacists and hate Hindus and India. Look, I would much rather admire a Prime Minister who runs any theatre in which Pakistan is involved as a battlefield than a Prime Minister who runs away from a battlefield in which Pakistan is involved. Runs away to the United Nations after giving away half of our Kashmir, despite severe objections of our most trusted Home Minister. I'd much rather, Pranesh, admire a Prime Minister who retaliates with stealth and strength when it comes to Pakistan than one who gives away 80% of our water, making millions of our farmers and our people suffer for 60 years, not just socially but also economically. Or a Prime Minister who frees 90,000 prisoners of war of a terror nation without asking anything in return. Or a Prime Minister who, after exploding a nuclear bomb, wants to share nuclear technology with Pakistan. Or a Prime Minister who, in the wake of the deadliest terror attack on Indian soil, refuses to bomb Pakistani terror hideouts despite pleadings by our own Air Force Chief. Or a Prime Minister who, despite openly declared 1,000-cut doctrine, makes Pakistan as the most favored nation economically. Or a Prime Minister who, instead of blaming Pakistan for terrorism in a bilateral agreement, accedes to its demand and includes Balochistan, thereby hyphenating us with trouble there. Or a Prime Minister who is too scared to call out Pakistan's nuclear bluff. So go on. You keep fighting and nitpicking and hating Modi for his tweet, but I'd much rather have a Prime Minister who fights for India's interest than one who fights for Pakistan. I'd much rather have a Prime Minister who gives Pakistan a lesson than one who gives it our land and our water. Samjhe?